Hello all, thank you very much for tuning in. If you like old vintage trains, please subscribe. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Hines Lines USRA Heavy Pacific. That's this engine here, first introduced April 1949 in Model Railroader, along with their existing line of the Mikado, this 080 switcher, and their consolidation. This is their newest in the line. And also, this appears to be the last ad that I could find for Hines. April 49, beginning of 49, there was a recession here in US of A, so things were not going well, and Hines was a rather small company. And next you hear from Hines, the line is being carried in Kansas by Simonson, and then later it's bought by Pierce, who was the founder. So here we have a built-up Hines Pacific, and here we have some of the patterns that were used to make the engine. Here's the pattern for the chassis on the engine, and then here's the tender pattern. The tender here is cast in aluminum. This is their generic tender that they used with the Mikado also. But these patterns went to Pierce, Henry Pierce up in Michigan, and when Bob Stevenson bought the Pierce foundry, he had ownership of them, and he was kind enough to give them to me. So kind of nice to be able to tie it all together. Standard two-rail operation, T and D motor, number 3 in this one, brass construction with the bronze chassis. This one has the box poke drivers, which is quite nice. Nice looking engine, runs well. We'll put it back on the track and let it run again. Pierce later offered just the chassis for the Pacific. So the Pacific seems to be a rather hard engine to find, which is a shame because it's quite a handsome looking engine. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll put it back on the track and run a little bit. We're pulling some old cars from the 30s. Here's an REA car, pictured both in the lowball catalog and also the Walther's catalog from about 1936, 1937 era. Beautifully hand lettered for the Pacific Eastern lines. Unknown who had that railroad, but this is one of the cars. Brass sides, bronze ends. And then we have two other similar cars here. Again, brass sides, bronze ends. I think these were made in California, but I can't prove it yet. And then the tail end car here is also just a heavyweight Walther's 1930s construction. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe.